shook it up.
Did any of the green? I'm imagining there's green juices and algae in there. Spirulina, chlorella, blue-green algae. Or is it all vegetables and fruit?
Oh yeah, there's blue-green algae. Yep. Spirulina. Yep.
So no taste overpowered the other when you mixed it.
Correct. Like it tasted yummy. Like, so I was like, oh, that's a good way for me to consume more, I guess. That's what I was.
Yeah, well, you're making it more fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. I was like, I have a beet juice one too that tastes pretty good too. This one's Power of Beet Super.
Yes, nice.
So that one was yummy in it too.
Well, I'm still using my all-time favorite superfood blend. My all-time favorite superfood blend is called Pure Synergy. It started out in Moab, Utah 30 years ago. The guy healed himself from a car accident and he found all these combinations of vegetables, fruits, Ayurvedic herbs, Chinese herbs, enzymes, probiotics. He put it all together and you could live off of it.
Nice.
Kind of like Shivambu.
Yeah. I have a protein powder one that it says Tribal Superfood.
Very nice.
Tribal Superfood has all super amazing things in it. Because I don't like to cook. So
I can relate. I went through my cooking years and then I became a raw foodist and I seldom use the kitchen equipment. I seldom use a kitchen equipment, in particular stove, unless I need to boil some water.
Yes, that's me too, exactly.
And how often do you use your blender?
Well, I have this other little mixer thing that's super amazing.
Oh, it's a handheld device?
Yeah.
I love that angel chair. That is a cool angel chair.
It's from Muddy Water. They have a cacao drink and this comes with it, but it's this little whipper thing and it whips stuff so good. I never use my blender anymore. Well, I don't have a blender. I have a magic bullet that mixes stuff, but I never even use that anymore. This thing does the job amazing.
And it has a travel kit that goes with it, right? You can take it places.
Yeah, and it's you just charge it, USB charging at the bottom. So it doesn't need batteries. You just charge it with the charger. It's great. This is like the best thing ever.
Yeah. You could even get one of those solar battery chargers and leave it in your car or hang it from your backpack. That's a whole
well, I'm never away from my apartment that long. Like to go on a hiking trip, that would be cool. But right now I don't do that. So
that's funny.
In the future, maybe, yeah. But at the moment.
Well, the future is here now, so we'll figure out what to do with the now time of what we have on the planet. Oh my goodness! So we're going to wait a couple minutes and see who joins us. But in the meantime, look at this part disappears. How weird!
Yeah, with the virtual background, it's so funny.
Yeah. At first, I had to change my clothes because what was happening? I had a turquoise shirt on a green screen, and the yellow dot background was only on my shirt. And the green screen was the green screen. And this was the yellow pattern. I'm going, got to change clothes.
How do you like your new computer so far?
So far, so good. It's a MacBook Air with what's called a M1 chip in it. So it's super fast.
I have Windows, so I don't do Apple.
Well, it's just a hair bigger than let's see. It's just a little bit bigger than the iPad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, maybe this much bigger. Anyway, yeah, I'm learning as I go. I'm finding out that I'm wanting to spend as much time out of the house, away from the screen. So I'm either out painting a mural, going on hikes, hooking up with friends. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I'm going to do reflexology at the downtown gathering place called Pearl Street Mall in front of an oxygen bar.
Cool. I think you showed us that on a Facebook video, a Facebook post. You were out on that part or I don't know, you were somewhere outside on a street showing us like.
Yes. Well, I'm looking at that. He's already given me the blessing to give talks on urine therapy outside. Now, what happened is when the COVID pandemic hit, they closed off the main streets from 10th Street all the way to 10th Street to 9th Street was all closed off on Pearl Street. So they have eating areas in front of the restaurants. They have outdoor cafe areas where people can eat without masks on, but there's no cars. So people are walking back and forth. And sometimes there's good days, a lot of people, some days there's not. So I'm setting up in a place where it's going to be foot traffic from 3 different directions so they'll be able to see it.
Sweet.
And it's a blessing because usually you have to get an okay and a permit from the city to set up anywhere on a street. Since the guy owns the extension with his picnic tables and his umbrellas, I'm able to be on his property.
That's awesome. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, I know. So the whole idea of doing it, I don't know if you caught on, the whole idea of doing is to create a cut and paste repeatable format so anyone on the planet can take this word, the message of Shivambu, off the internet.
Nice.
Because everybody's relying on social media to talk about things. I mean, you talk about urine therapy with anybody other than social media?
Oh yeah, every single person, well, not every single person, not all of my Uber passengers, but a lot of them. And some have known about it already. And I just got off a call right before this call with 3 ladies that do this natural, I don't know, they have this Jamie Cross lady, she's in Colorado, her company, they created, it's called MIG. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that stands for yet. I just learned about it today, but I was telling these 3 ladies about urine therapy because they have a lot of natural skincare products. And I'm like, well, we all have our best product right within us, but that doesn't sell because you have it within you. But these natural products they have for detoxing and natural soaps and stuff, at least if you're using that natural stuff on you, your urine is more natural then. So it's good. And I told those 3 ladies about it, and only one of them had ever even heard of it before, and the other 2 were very intrigued.
You're planting seeds.
Yes. In knowing this now for about a month that I've been practicing this, yesterday I was feeling a definite, I don't even know how to describe it in words, but like a definite internal shift.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I can't wait for months and months and years to go by so I get to your level. But
that's so funny. I've been doing this since 1994. And if you've done something and practice it day in and day out and it's integrated and it's a lifestyle, people look to me like I'm the pee guru. What do you do? How's your? I guess that looks good on a resume.
I mean, you had your shirt off the other day in a video, and like you could just see the top half of like your shoulders and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, you're like in immaculate condition. You're so inspiring for 67, right?
I'll be 67 on May 25th.
Oh yeah, coming up. I should put that in my notes so I remember to wish you happy birthday. And I was like, wow.
Well, that was a fun video because I was in the bath, and when you're in the bath and you're bathing in your water, in the water with your water, and you've done all your protocols, you get insights, you get downloads, you get ideas. So here comes this teaching through me. And I'm going, I got to get out of the bath, but I don't want to get dressed. So I did it half naked and I got 500 views.
Nice.
Because people are going, well, if you take a urine bath, don't you have to have like the entire bathtub filled with like 8 gallons? You thought that way?
Well, no, I was like, well, I'm going to just add some water to mine. And that's what I did. But you suggested, yeah, adding water to it too, but I already thought about doing that because I'm like, I want to take a bath. I was so excited to try it. I'm like, I can't wait that long to collect that much urine. So I'm like, I'm just going to add some water to it. Because I took a bath. Yeah, I took a bath Sunday, I think it was, or Monday. I can't remember. I think Monday. I took a bath when, because I had a lot of urine saved with my menstrual blood mixed in with it. And so then I took a bath in that because I just felt like doing that. So it was super amazing.
Yeah. So when I started off with the video title, it was demo on doing a urine therapy bath. And I think people were sitting through the entire video in case they were going to see me full out naked inside golden water. Well, this guy does look pretty good as a 67-year-old. Look at that body. I'm going, it's a family show. We cut it off right here. However, a friend of mine, I won't say her name, she was living in Hawaii at the time with her friend, and she's so open and transparent about her use of urine therapy in her body. She peed in a jar on camera. She had her legs spread open and she's squatting, and she showed the jar under her. She didn't show it coming straight out of the source, but she collected it, stood up, shook her knees a bit, stood up, and then drank it. And I still have that clip. She says, I don't care if you share it. That's what it's all about.
Nice. I made a TikTok the other day, and I had a jar of my urine and then a jar of my tea. And I go, which one's my pee and which one's my tea?
Well, what was the tea? Was it chamomile or was it something yellowish?
Egyptian licorice, I think.
Just straight licorice, or did it have dandelion or something in it?
No, just Egyptian licorice, just straight up. But so they were both just a little bit different colored. You know, you could see just a little bit different coloring, but you could really like which one is which, you know, like just to pique people's interest. And I put in the hashtag urine therapy.
Yeah.
Just to, I don't know.
Well, Nana, you can see why I've had the most fun time in my life being a spokesman for pee, because you can joke about a subject that's controversial, and the people who use this every day, they're going, I know he's joking, but he's really serious. Yeah. So it gets people wondering. So we have begun. Is there anything that we discussed over the last 5 or so classes that maybe needs some review for people who are just going to be seeing this for the first time? Is there anything that we've discussed, from the history to the protocols to the suggestions to benefits to anything? We're going to go over protocols a little bit this morning.
Nothing specifically is coming to mind, but I did share with you a picture of my copper vase thing that I found on Amazon. That copper vase, copper kettle thing. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, what's cut off this picture is Pavarti. She carries her Shivambu kettle.
Yeah,
in her hand, I know. The publisher wanted to have the title in black for some reason, and he cut her hand off. But that almost looks like the vessel she would carry.
Yeah, and so when I was in the shower yesterday and pouring that urine from that copper vessel, it was so empowering. Just the shape of it, you know, it made me feel like a queen. So I was really loving that.
Was there something about the feel or the sensation you had about holding a copper vessel versus glass or brass or anything?
Yeah, maybe that too. The energy from the copper with it, and then the shape and holding the handle, and just like, because it was easy to pour because it kind of has the mouth on it. That I could go get it, I guess, to show it on camera, but it's I'm enjoying. I mean, the glass is great too, but having that as a different.
Well, you bring more sacredness and more depth to the experience.
That's it. It felt like way more sacredness with it. Yeah.
And this is the reason I do rituals every day, so I can invite the Holy Spirit, so I can invite the sacred presence.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout the day, as much as you can, remind yourself that love is here, God is here, and you're totally safe to do your service. We forget. Yeah. By the way, I came up with something that now when I'm during the day, I'm collecting it in a quart-sized jar, but when I get more than enough and I'm not looping throughout the day, I put this in a 2-quart jar size But what I got in the habit of doing is when I empty the 2-quart jar size and I'm either drinking it or doing it topically, I leave just a couple of drops in the bottom of the 2-quart jar so it stays purified during the day. You know, it might be gathering of stem cells, whatever, but I don't necessarily go to the extent of cleaning every single jar because there's still things in there that are keeping the jar purified.
That's a good observation too.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So some of the people might. Now, I'm going to go into some of the protocols. We still got 45 minutes, an hour. I don't know what we got. I came up with this one 2 years ago. You know what that is?
The tongue scraper.
That's a tongue scraper. Some people call it a tongue cleaner. So if you dip this in the Orin and go after the white coating on the tongue that people get from all the toxic buildup or germs or whatever, you can do the roof of your mouth. You can do wherever you can. And then swallow. Dip this in the Orin and it's clean. And most dentists give these away. All right. It's in this book.
Yeah, I have a copper one. I showed it to you on one of the first videos. Yeah, I have a copper tongue scraper.
Is it a single piece or is it?
No, it's right here.
She happens to have it, ladies and gentlemen. Natalie, our queen, is bringing us. There it is. So which part goes on the tongue?
This part.
The inner bend.
Yeah. And then
nice.
It's great.
And are you doing it straight on the tongue or are you dipping it in something?
Well, since you suggested on a different video to dip it in the Orin,
yeah,
I did do that too.
Yeah, because you're scraping off whatever coating is on there and you're also purifying it.
Yeah.
All right. What else can we show people? Have you ever gotten into this? This idea came to me from George Johnson. And on the internet, he's gone by the name of We Love All. And he soaks his urine inside goggles. And instead of using an eye cup, he'll soak his eyes in goggles, right, for about 5, 10, whatever minutes, and he'll blink a couple times. And then he takes this off, and then he rubs all the Orin all over his face. Well, I thought, my God, this will make some great comedy routines. So I put this on talking about goggles, and I go, all right, where's the camera? My eyes are full of pee. So this came from George Johnson. That was his idea. Try it sometime. It's a whole lot of fun. Anything you can do with urine therapy. A guy named Kombucha Clark. He was teaching the ear syringe. Walgreens calls it the ear wax removal kit. Right? And it holds 20 cc's, whatever that measures out to. And you can either squirt it straight up the ear just for a quick clean out, or you can turn the ear. Oops, I dropped that rubber tip. Come back, come back. We're in real time. Or you can tilt your head backwards and send it inside your ear canal and hold it there, put in a cotton ball if you want to keep it in place for as long as you can and before you drain it. Now, what was fun is I went to Walgreens and they had one of these. And then I happened to be in another grocery store called King Soopers. And I went up to the pharmacy department. I said, you guys carry these ear syringes? And the guy says, no, but you can have one for free. So this is our little demo syringe. It holds half as much, but they may have them in your place for free. All right, for you guys who've never tried this, it's pretty far out. And then this year we started using the mesh nebulizer. You saw Matt and I demonstrating this?
I didn't catch that video, but I saw you using it a couple of times.
So you put in here, which is approximately about a half an ounce to a third of an ounce of urine. Close it up, turn it on, and you could either have this attachment. This is great for either your nose or your mouth. You can also use it to exfoliate your skin. soften help your eyes, any blemishes, etc. And it also comes with don't go away, a mask for either an adult or a child. They have 2 sizes. And so you can put this, I guess the nose goes this way. And so you can suck on this for as long as this has fluid in it, which will go in about 20 minutes. And it's a great way to get the smallest size, not only micronized urine into a gas, but it's a vapor. So it's a lot easier to get it up into the blood-brain barrier to rise up into the pineal gland, which everybody's talking about uncalcifying the brain and in the sinuses, which are dehydrated. Have you gotten into nasal drinking, nasal snorting, nasal anything?
Yep, I did my neti potty like last week or the week before, but I felt like maybe doing the neti potty after this call. And then I did, and then I in the shower, I did it in my hand, in my palm.
Just a quick snort.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you feel it hitting right in here?
No, I didn't specifically feel that, but I need to practice that one more.
Yeah, well, there's a lovely trick that was taught by Samuel G. Cohen. He's from England, but he usually spends his time in India or Israel. And what he teaches, how do you do this right about there? Yeah. What he says is take some first and hold it in your mouth, and then put this on one nostril or another. And as you're drinking it up, it can't go into the normal route. It forces it up into these higher sinuses before it goes down the throat.
That's a really good suggestion.
And I would demonstrate it on camera, but I'm in my bedroom and I don't want to drop this on the floor.
Yeah.
Sweetie, I can't tell you how many times I've been transferring urine inside my closet that I have dropped it on the rug and couldn't help but break out laughing. I'm going, oh my God, I got a pee rug. My clients are going to come over. They're going to go, dude, your hygiene is terrible.
I'm so thankful for my rug in my bathroom. I have this little circle green rug, and that catches any drips or drops that I miss. And then I just throw it in the wash, and it's great.
You're done with it. When I started doing enemas in the bathroom and I started doing foot soaks in the bathroom, every now and then you miss the tub, you miss the wherever, and it lands on the floor. And you can't help but laugh because you're actually using antiseptic, antibacterial water to clean off bacteria. But you can see how the old patterns of thinking show up when you go, oh my God, I peed on the floor. I got to clean it up right away. No, you'll get to it.
Yeah.
So this seems to be what comes up for people when they're thinking, their mind has shifted its perception from a waste product to this is your savior. Yeah. I mean, it's a leap, even for people who've been doing urine therapy for 6 months to a year. They're just now getting the full scope of this thing is bigger than you imagined it is. That Shivambu, there's no limits on it. Are you getting people that are asking you for urine therapy guidance?
No, I mean, the people that I told about it, they never really asked for guide. Maybe I already just told them enough that they didn't really need any more guidance. I don't know. But
who knows? Oh, by the way, you live in where? Minnesota?
Yeah.
Do they have a public plaza or gathering place where there's a lot of foot traffic?
Yeah, we have it's called Nicollet Mall, and it's a street that's closed down to regular traffic, similar kind of to the street you guys have. But ours lets the buses and taxis go down it, and a lot of people on bicycles, and the pedicabs, because I've done the pedicab business a lot too. And so there's a lot of outdoor restaurants. Well, there was. Last summer there wasn't, obviously, but so that space has a lot of foot traffic. Oh, but it's gonna change though. Our downtown is changing so much here in Minneapolis because so many people are working from home that downtown is dead. Plus Target headquarters, Target, their headquarters was located downtown Minneapolis. And now so many people are working from home. They didn't renew their lease on their building downtown. Everybody still has their jobs, but so now all the traffic from those workers isn't downtown anymore. So Nicollet Mall's just dead.
Well, the reason I asked you is that I was wondering if there's a possibility of doing a urine therapy demo out there.
I mean, just no people.
No people. Okay, well.
And it's just starting to get warm enough here now. Like yesterday was like 65 and this weekend's supposed to be like 70 or 75. So it's like just getting warm enough where people can be outside more comfortably. But we don't have much going on. There isn't really.
It's the same. It's the same thing here. This weekend's going to be 81 degrees.
Wow.
Today is going to be 72 degrees. And we went through, and we're coming into May, and it even snows in Colorado in May.
Wow.
But the reason I'm setting up where I'm setting up is because on those particular days, they have a farmer's market 4 blocks away. And after people shop, they're still downtown. And then they go walk up and down where there's restaurants, bars, coffee shops, and touristy kind of things.
Yeah, we do have a big farmers market too that's outside that I know about, but I'd have to look at like getting a booth and stuff, but it wouldn't really financially benefit my life. And right now I need to focus on bringing in money. I don't have an extra super exuberant abundance yet. So it's like I can't take too much of my time or energy to just go do free things at this moment in my life. So
well, there may be a way that you and I can collaborate, because I got this one guy, he's promoting my consultations and books, and he gets a percentage of the royalties.
Oh, oh yeah, that could be an opportunity too. Yeah, to make it more worthwhile my time, because otherwise I'm better off just keep driving for Uber because that pays me constantly. So, but I have my other projects all in the works too, and my exercise program I promote. I have my own exercise program too, so.
Are you teaching it?
I don't teach it at the moment. I'm just selling it online because people just do it themselves. Like it's self-motivated.
Okay, they have to be self-motivated.
Yes, that's what takes. Yes, it's only for self-motivated people.
Got it. Okay, well, those are awesome people to work with.
Yeah, because most of the time they're thriving already. It's the only way you can do this exercise program because it takes a lot of stamina. And if you don't have that, you need to start with something else first to get you up to that level.
Yeah, and you got to be disciplined. I mean, I've got myself disciplined where I take 3.5 mile hikes every day.
I hear you saying that. That's so awesome. What a great life.
I have to, because my clients, my roommates, my friends, they all have lovely stories that have drama wrapped in them. And so to keep it getting stuck in my body and keeping me from being paralyzed, I go places, I walk, I get in motion.
That's great.
And then I got in the habit of putting on an earbud with rock and roll music. I was a disc jockey in the 70s, and I'm a fan of rock and roll music. So I'll be, jamming to Led Zeppelin and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and all the biggies. And as I'm going on my hike, I'll notice that as the music's playing on one level, on another level, I'm getting transmissions and insights.
Nice.
It's kind of like the music helps to cut down the mental chatter.
Nice.
Speaking of urine, we're here in class. Let's talk about. Is there something you want to talk about? What did I not bring up? The very, very important apparatus. We all must have one of these.
I have that same one and I love it.
Is it 2 quarts?
Yeah, it's that same one. Yep. Because I had a different one and and the other one was open on the top, because there's different styles, and I didn't like that one. This one, I love it. I've had it for a few years now, and anytime I get a slight headache, because that's the epicrisis in the healing phase, I do a coffee enema. And my last one, I mixed my urine in with my coffee, and my headache, it's gone instantly after doing a coffee enema.
Yeah, and it also knocks out migraines.
Right. Yeah. Coffee. I don't get migraines, but if I have the slight headache, I just do an enema right away, and it's great.
So I want to tell people that think that the folks that go, well, I don't know if I have 2 quarts or 4 quarts of urine so I can fill up this whole enema bag. Well, what I do is I make a whole gallon of urine mixed with hot city water until the temperature is comfortable enough to go inside your bum. And then I do 4 or 5 rounds. And that does the job quite well. Now, what I've been doing lately, and if you haven't, is that it? You guys kind of know what this is, right? All right. So do this as often as you can, because we have accumulated toxicity, pathogens, fecal matter, negative emotions stored inside our intestines and in our cells. And this is miraculous. So this is as close as some people get to intercourse. I mean, you got to get intimate with this guy. It's your buddy.
I always use lots of coconut oil on the tip, on the end.
You don't want things to stick. The other protocol, which I learned from John Turmel, he's out in Canada. They've been calling him the smartest man in the world. But I got to interview him. He was a guy that I was really fascinated with because 20 years ago, he drank his pee on camera. He does television shows. And he's also a social activist. So he turned away from the camera, peed in a jar, turned back, drank his pee on camera. And I said, I got to talk to this guy. Well, one of his secrets is you drink a whole liter or a quart, whatever you call it these days, first thing in the morning. And every time I do this, I have multiple waves of bowel movements, like 4 or 5 in a row. You just better camp on the toilet. And then 2 hours later, I'll have another couple more waves of bowel movements. And this is the entire intestinal cleanse right there.
Nice. I haven't drank that much at one time in the morning yet, but can be good to do that.
Well, the next
try that out.
Yeah, dude, the next best thing is to loop it during the day. Now I did an 18-hour fast the other day, and about 6 people joined in.
Oh, nice. I saw you were doing that, but I didn't join in, but nice.
And then I broke it with 2 mangoes, 4 bananas, and a couple of dates, and I was happy for the whole day.
Oh, nice.
And it's amazing when you've done enough urine therapy, your mind gets freed up about food obsession. You notice you're less craving food or the food you used to eat? That's a yes. Yes.
I feel, the more I drink my urine, the less I eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you find yourself thirsty more, thirsty less, or not thirsty as much?
I haven't really noticed a difference on my thirst, and it's not hot here either. That makes a difference how hot it is, but I didn't really notice it. It depends what I eat though too, because the other day me and my daughter had a little bit of Domino's pizza, so if I eat that, I definitely am thirstier after that, but I only eat that like once every 6 months or something. That's rare.
And so were you tasting pizza dough in your urine? No.
But I did notice that one day I ate a whole bunch of clementines, and I noticed my pee was a lot sweeter tasting versus if I was eating other things. And so I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, the whole fruitarian thing with your urine tasting yummier, totally could taste that right away.
Yes, when you're looping or sip looping throughout the day, particularly if you've done fruit that day or a couple of days before.
Yeah.
This is orgasmic. I mean, the taste is, you can't compare it to anything.
That is true. You cannot compare it to anything. There is nothing else that tastes even like this.
So someone's going to come up to you someday and say, well, what does urine taste like? It tastes like urine. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Let them work on it. So how do you think I should present urine therapy out in the public, out in the streets? I'm getting a few ideas. I thought maybe you have some ideas.
I mean, it can be great for your urine to be sitting out in the sun in its jar while you're there.
Well, that's for demo purposes.
Yeah. And having your books sit there so people can see that too. Because, to present something that catches their attention so they come and approach you.
Yes. A giant sign with this on it.
Yeah. Because then people are like, oh, what's that?
What is that? Well, I've got some ideas, but it doesn't include a sign that has the word urine in it. I want to get them to the table, so I'm either going to have a sign that says, ask me about the water of life, which sounds like, I'm representing a spiritual movement or a cult. I don't know where they would go with that one. Or healing water from within, or golden blood plasma water therapy.
Well, you could do an experiment, have each sign and switch them out as the day goes on and see what gets people's attention the most.
Yeah, I'm going to play with it. I mean, I've been going back and forth with it. If I use the word therapy, those that are interested in improving their health will be attracted to it. If I say urine therapy, it might limit it. If I say water of life, they go, what is that? Are you selling a water system?
Right. Yeah, because you want them to be inquisitive. That's what catches their attention, because they want to know more, and find out, what are you talking about?
Oh, here's another idea. The miracle water of the ancient yogis.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Because there's a lot of people who do yoga in Boulder. Yeah. There's almost like as many yoga ancient yogis. There's almost as many yoga centers in Boulder as there are Starbucks.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, though.
Like every 4 blocks, you can take yoga.
Do very many people do Kundalini yoga there?
There's a Kundalini yoga center from the Yogi Bhajan community.
Oh, yeah.
The guys with the turbans.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of Tantra practitioners.
Oh, cool.
Which I think is great, because we have a lot of people with sexual addiction and they need to heal it. So they found a Tantra teacher who needs to heal their sexual addiction. And so they create clients who need to get their jollies, and it's a win-win. So yeah, I've been living here 26 years. And if there's any kind of alternative lifestyle or any kind of alternative spiritual practice or any cutting edge thinking, you can find it here.
Oh, nice.
There's also way too many Democrats, but that's another conversation. I mean, the best of the best here. There's a lot of deep state and cabal businesses and things here. This is a place where John Benet Ramsey was murdered. I mean, interesting town. We're not going to go there. Thank you. Do you use cotton pads at all? Cotton pads and cotton balls?
No, I just apply it with my hand. I just wipe it on you.
You're old school. I love you. I want to get all the petite, delicate women who go, oh, I must dab a little urine so I look like a Hollywood star. And you're going, just follow Natalie's advice. Splash it on there. Get it up. Well, when you're doing a head massage, do you spend a lot of time like massaging it in, or you just splash it on and go?
Oh, I guess in the shower yesterday when I was like divinely pouring it on me from my copper vessel, I did let it kind of soak in, and I was massaging it a little more after I had it all wetted down good. And then I waited a little bit, and then I just rinsed it off a little. Or rinsed myself off after that. And then I had to listen to my 12-year-old daughter for the next like hour saying, Mom, you stink. Mom, put some essential oil on.
Yeah, family.
As my hair was drying, she was like, oh my God, your hair stinks. Because we were in the car together. And so then she's like, roll the window down. Oh my God.
And my mom is a crazy Pete mom. She's just well, I got this visual when you were doing this that we should do a video of you doing the splashing, with the water coming down into your head. Did you ever see the movie Flashdance?
Oh, I might have. It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's from the 1980s. There's a scene where she's sitting on a chair and the water comes down, and it's sexy as hell. It comes down and it just splashes over her face and her body movement in slow motion. I mean, I can see you doing the slow-mo of the water pouring down, and we have the sexy music in the background. You're going, This is how you do urine therapy.
That'd be a really good TikTok video.
Oh my God.
I should have my daughter help me record that.
Yeah, I know. And she's going to spin it however she interprets it.
Because you can add all those effects in there, slow motion, and it's so easy to do the TikTok videos with all those effects. And so I could totally do it. That just gave me inspiration. I could totally do that next time.
Yeah, dude, any kind of videos you can do that can be used for either entertainment or education, I say jump on it.
Yeah. To get people inquisitive, like to want to like, oh, because that's what happened to me a month ago. I can't even remember where I heard somebody say the word urine therapy, and I was like, what's that? I never heard of that before. And then I started Googling and researching it, and bada bing, bada boom, found you in your books. And so that's what I hope for others, to inspire them to also be that inquisitive and learn more and try it and see how you feel. And
yeah. And then you'll know. Now, what you did is exactly where I was in 2017. After doing urine therapy on my own for all these years, with my 2 books on urine therapy, I discovered there were social media groups and there was a huge movement worldwide. And I started down the research rabbit hole and dug and dug and dug. And I found elders that had been doing urine therapy for 40, 50 or more years. I got to talk with them, meet with them. I found study groups in New Mexico. I found just all kinds of people that nobody was talking about. And I brought them to the public. And it's just been what a joyride ever since.
That's great. And now more than ever, people are realizing that their health is their greatest wealth and seeking out natural ways to heal themselves, natural products to use. Like it's great.
So you're at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
I still get a kick out of some of the people who meet me for the first time and they're really excited about their new nutritional product. Oh, there's this clean slate coming out of England. There's this zeolite product. There's this product and that product, and there's a superfood, and they're all excited about it. Well, I did MLM for 30 years, and I realized that was a pipe dream, that very few people ever made any money on it. And what's so great about where I'm at in my life now, I sold products for years. I was an MLM guru. I was a nutritional consultant for stores, blah, blah, blah. I got to the point now that I don't sell people things. I sell people on themselves. They're the best product there is.
Yeah, that's so empowering.
And so what we're doing is teaching about a self-care, healthcare modality that you can't brand or find it anywhere outside of your body. Wow.
Right? It is. Wow. Super wow.
I'm super wow. And the people who have found this, they know that there was an inner longing and an inner calling. I mean, people just don't go, hey, I heard about urine therapy, jumping on that one. I mean, they usually have some inner pull toward it. Like you did.
Yeah, I think, that totally. I had it. And now with a month behind me of practicing this, like I was saying yesterday, some realization is erupting. Like, I don't know, it's very interesting.
Are you journaling your insights or your discoveries?
Not specifically, but I could start more.
No pressure. The reason I have been doing all this, write it down, record it, document it, because I've been putting content out to Shivambu Hut, where we have about 222 members right now. And so I
joined that. It's great.
Yeah, and any content you want to post there, it's great for all the members and all the newbies.
Oh yeah, I saw you mention in a post the other day that, are you making like a little booklet, like people can journal then what their insights are, or make a checklist for people that do the different practices?
Well, here's the idea. People are lazy. People are generally lazy. They need motivation. They need structure. So the whole idea, which came to me 3 years ago, is design a calendar, a 30-day calendar that has all the protocols on every day of the week, and a little glossary underneath so they can know what each protocol is and they can reference it. But every day they look at their calendar and go, oh, I'm doing an eye cup and I'm going to do a neti pot, and tonight I'm going to do a foot soak, tomorrow, da, da, da. And it gets them in the habit of building it into their lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a super good idea, because you can sell it on Amazon super easy. There's an app that helps you put it together. I just heard about it in a YouTube video a couple days ago.
If you find it,
I have the link to the YouTube video. I could send it to you, but it tells you the app that you can use to help make a little like reference guide like that. And then you just link it up to Kindle on Amazon, and then you can sell it worldwide.
Sweet. Meantime, like the what's new? What? No, close this. I don't, things pop up in the screen. Christopher McClure, who is one of the board of directors of the Shivambu nonprofit organization, has been designing giveaways and contests and ways to drive people to not only Shivambu and the Shivambu hut, but to get consultations and books from me. And then he gets a percentage of all the income that comes from that. But right now he's got it set up, if somebody will submit their email to be on the mailing list, they get all 24 protocols on a 49-page PDF file for free. Okay, so when they come to the Shivambu hut, which is the landing place, they discover all these writings and content and videos, and then they might start interested in giving donations to our nonprofit. We don't know where that's going to go, and Christopher and I just started talking about doing the calendar in the same format.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Who knows? And my book just came out in Spanish. It's about to come out in French. So we're looking for ways to open up those markets.
Nice.
So a lot of things are in the works, as you can tell. Let's open up the book and see what it has to say. For those who don't know, so shameless self-promotion. This is Manual for Urine Therapy Teachers and Therapists by yours truly, that came out at the end of last year. We're going to go to page 44, which is the UT protocols, introducing saturation dosing, sip looping, and new protocols discovered in 2019. Now, when you do the protocols, I always start off with the warning in all the books. I'm just going to say it just so you can hear it, guys. It's generally not recommended to combine Orin therapy with the use of prescribed chemical, allopathic medicines, or recreational drugs. The combination may be dangerous to your health. Why take the risk? Wait 1 to 2 hours before or 30 to 60 minutes after eating or taking medication to consume your Orin. Begin with the topical external applications of AUT, which is short for auto urine therapy, until you are free of all medications if possible. Because people are going to ask you all the time, well, I'm on medication. Should I wait till I get off medication? How do you answer that? Natalie?
I always tell people to follow their intuition and follow their heart, but I mean, just start where you are. Just
start where you are, and the sooner you start getting Shivambu into your body, the sooner the shift will happen. The chemistry will change. Your desire to take those drugs might drop off any minute.
Yeah.
Because you're nurturing your body with all those important nutrients. Yeah, so when people ask me, I say, well, you want to have a window on each side if you really, really, really have to take your medication, because Shivambu is going to alchemize it. It's going to think this is an invader. It's compromising the integrity of your body. So it'll start to dissolve your chemicals. So unless you're ready to break free of it, you want to give it some wiggle room. But they're still a little timid to drop it all together. So I tell people, hold on to your belief systems just a little bit longer, then you'll be ready to cut loose. Because that's all it is keeping people from being liberated on everything, is they're holding on to their attachments, which we see every day, particularly people who still think the masks matter. Hello.
Yep.
So protocols. You know what sip looping is?
Yep. Drinking some nice warm urine. That's what I did.
Well, sip looping is every time you collect your urine, you sip some, you collect the rest. And this is for people who don't want to drink all day long, but they want to get a small little dabs of nutrition throughout the day. It's like time-released capsules, but it's in water form. And Doc Mike out in Chicago, who's been doing urine therapy for 20 years, figured that one out. Every time he pees, he takes a sip, collects the rest, takes a sip, collects the rest. And so all day long, he's got this connection going on with his pee jar. So that's sip looping.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll say even the other day I have this pack of dried blue lotus flowers from Australia. And one of the lotus flowers told me, oh, put me in your urine. I want to soak in there. And so I let it soak in there. And then I was drinking it too with the blue lotus essence in it.
Nice, nice. That'd make a beautiful picture if you could just have that just floating. Oh, yeah. Is it like a flower? It's blue, yeah. And it's about.
Yeah, I have a whole bag of them.
Bring it. This is a live stream. Everything's happening in now time.
It's like there's a whole bag of dried blue lotus flowers.
Oh my goodness. Didn't they make that into essential oil, a blue lotus essential oil? Sounds
yeah,
like a rare
I have the oil too. I have the oil right here. This one's blue lotus oil, or blue lotus in a I don't know if you can read the
moringa oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the miracle tree from Africa.
Yeah, I love this stuff. It smells so good. But I got it from the Ritual Company in Australia. See, it says Ritual. The way they spell it out is so cool.
Yeah, it looks Egyptian.
Yeah. Yep. With the eye horse. But I was gonna pull out a blue lotus flower, but
I remember when all that started to hit the essential oil market, people were talking about, hey, have you heard about the white lotus? Have you heard about the blue lotus? Have you heard about the white pearl?
Like there's a whole
flower. It's beautiful. Oh. Is that lavender?
No, it's a blue lotus flower. That's a blue lotus flower.
It's like a higher color that has a slight hint of lavender in it.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
What happens when you suck on it?
Well, I suppose it just brings the essence of the blue lotus into you, I guess. Well, so what I did is I put my blue lotus flower in my urine and let it soak in there a whole bunch, and then I took it out. And
this girl's got a Korean accent.
I took it out. This is the one I soaked in there, and then I just put it on my paper towel to dry a little bit, and then I have this blue lotus stone pipe because you can smoke the blue lotus flower. So then my soaked blue lotus wanted me to smoke it after it had my urine on it. And it was a little wet still, but it still lit up and smoked it. Now this is dried out, so I'm going to keep smoke.
Is it real subtle, the effect on your consciousness? Is it subtle? Or is it like, bam, I feel a difference?
No, it's very subtle. Like it just relaxes me. And it's very subtle. It's nothing like THC and marijuana. You feel a distinct difference then. Like the synergistic effects of this are like calming and more contemplative. And I like playing I don't know if I told you, I have a handpan drum.
Nice.
And so I like playing that after I smoke that because it just puts me like, I don't know, in a state of mind, just.
You get in the zone.
Yes. You get in the zone.
Yeah, yep. Well, I started, I resurfaced the skin on my djembe drum. I had a djembe drum for years. A dear friend gave it to me. She passed away, but I kept the drum and I finally got a new skin on it. And it's just like, I love learning drumming now.
I just went and got my handpan drum.
Here, so spontaneous. Hit it. Did you have to learn what each sound was, or what?
No, you just hit it. You just touch. You just start playing it. You don't even have to do it. You don't think. You don't have to think. You just play it, and it just makes these miraculous, beautiful sounds.
Nice. So it's the happy thing. All right. Wonderful. Let me see if there's some other protocol that I missed so we can move on. Dehydrators, you know about, not dehydrators, but diffusers.
Yep.
What about children? Should you give Shivambu urine therapy to children?
If you can convince them. No, my daughter's like so anti-urine therapy right now. So she threatens me. She don't like how it smells. Like, the bathroom smells, Mom. She's like, don't you dare put that in the diffuser. And because I'm watering the plants with it, and like I'm just using it all over. And she's just like, oh my God. Like, I asked her the other day. I'm like, could you pee in the jar for me? Because then I can use your urine when I'm in the shower and stuff and bathe with it. And she's like, no.
I know my mom's lost it. She's lost it. But I ask my girlfriends, I say, hey, next time you come by for a massage, or next time you come to visit, you go to the bathroom, would you save that for me? Because I'm real serious. I've drank pee from my students when they came for gatherings, just to show them it's not gender specific. It's not age specific. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter if you're healthy or sick. It's a universal panacea. And so I ask people, can I drink your pee? Or you want to drink mine? I mean, it's nothing sexual. It's nothing perverse. And some go, yeah, I get it. Let's do that. And others going, not gonna.
Yeah. I asked one of my soul kings if I could have his urine, and he's like, maybe next time. So we'll see how it unfolds. But so far, no luck with collecting anybody else's.
Yeah, you never know where people are going to stand with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to just follow people around with a pee jar and say, is your bladder full yet? Is your bladder full yet? Go out back here. Bring it back to me. Collect it. Who knows? We're going to keep having fun on our journey, you can tell. So the reason I brought up the kids is because people have asked me, should I give it to my kids? I said, what are you waiting for? Your kids have been in the womb sucking urine for 9 months. They already have a memory. Now, what happens to us adults is you start drinking urine and you start applying it. Well, some people have flashbacks of being in mom's belly. They go, my God, I was a fish. I mean, it came in and out of my lungs and my eyes were open and everything was being developed. And God, what's more natural than that? So, you know, people get it. Some people get it, some people don't. So I recommend you give it to a kid any way you do it. Now, you might have heard of Bunmi Samola from Africa. He's out in Nigeria. When he was 10 years old, he was very sick, and his mom had enough insight to feed him her urine. He was 10 years old. Well, he healed, he recovered, and now 20 years later, the guy is a major urine teacher out in Nigeria.
Nice.
And this taught me that no gender specific, you know, urine doesn't care what gender. People say, well, I can't urinate. Well, come here, I can. Let's take care of you. So it's very liberating when you can free your mind of any restrictions or concerns about what's possible, not only with your urine, but what's possible in your abilities and in your thinking and in your potential and in your relationships and in your prosperity. And we've got potential we've barely tapped the surface of.
Well said.
And urine therapy gives you understanding about yourself in a way nothing else can.
I completely agree.
Hail Shiva. Long live Shiva. Wow. Let's see if there's something else here. I'm having a good time here. Orin injections. Did you get into that?
No.
Now, Orin injections. Did you get this? You got this, right?
Yep. Okay, I bought it and you sent it to me. Yep. I got 2 copies.
Oh, you're covered. You can leave one on the coffee table to start conversations with. People come by, hey, what's this on urine therapy? Oh, we're going to talk about it. So injections, you usually put it in the thigh, but you don't put it in a vein in the arm. This is where most people inject it. And the whole idea is to get an instant jolt into your bloodstream, because you can't necessarily wait for it to get into your bloodstream. And if people have had anaphylactic shock, they've had an asthmatic attack, they've had a heart condition, and you can't wait to get them to the hospital, but you happen to have a needle at the house and some urine, I would hit them right away. And I've been waiting for someone who knows how to do injections to inject me so I can have my experience. So people go, well, what was it like for you, Brother Sage? Well, I tried it and I love it. And I'm going to learn how to give myself a jab. Because what I've been doing this all these many years is to see how pure can you actually get? How healthy can you actually get? Is there a tap on it? I mean, no. I mean, my energy runs from 5 in the morning till 10:30 at night. And I have to stop and meditate or take a 20-minute nap so I can pace my energy so it doesn't get all wound up at the end of the day. Because sometimes I'm with 4 clients during the day. I'm doing several Zoom calls. I'm working with all kinds of people, and you have to manage your energy well. Have you noticed that?
Yes. Because I'm an empath and a highly sensitive being. Those are my superpowers, but I also have to keep boundaries around me to keep my energy vibrating high, then I can share the overflow. So that's why I love driving for Uber and Lyft at the moment, because I'm in control of my schedule. I get to honor my body first. Yes. And then I think that's super, super important.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of people don't handle that very well. And then they get sick or they get stuck or their brain cloud shows up. And it's nice to know. Now, what I started doing is taking a day off from social media, a day away from the screen. I would park my phone and the iPad somewhere and just go out in the backyard, paint on a mural, go for a hike, be with my friends, sit out on the property, and just stay away from that kind of reality, the cyber world. Because a lot of our friends, they don't walk away from the screen much. I notice any time of day, I'm getting notifications and emails from people. I'm going, do you guys ever take a break? Which we need to do from time to time. What would you suggest is a good way for people to calm themselves and to bring their mind and their body back to balance?
Well, sitting here holding my urine in this jar right now, I'm just feeling really calm just doing that. I'm just sending love and gratitude into my urine, and so that would be one suggestion.
Guys, are you paying attention? This is Natalie's Shivambu meditation. It's amazing. Are you feeling sacred yet, guys, watching this? Because when you're around the water a lot, there are more moments that you tap into the presence of sacredness and the presence of love that you would have missed because your attention is on the outer directed world where there's a lot of disharmony and discord. And within you is the peace. Within you is the source energy. Within you is the connection to the divine. So you get to choose where you put your attention and what you're seeking first before you open your mouth and say the right or the wrong thing to people.
And I just took the lid off too. So then I'm holding it and smelling it too. That's like breathing into it or breathing with it. Like
Blue Lotus. Now at nighttime, what I do sometimes is just leave the lid off and keep it by your bedside and a bedstand. So it's purifying the air around you. Wake up in the middle of the night, you're thirsty, you know where your drink is. So that's something else people can do. Use your imagination, guys, because Shivambu is an intuitive medicine. For all you people who keep reaching out to me or reaching out to Natalie and say, well, what about this? Well, can I use it for that? Can I do it for that? And how much of this? And when should I do that? And blah, 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 blah. They ask me questions. And the answer keeps coming back to, what do you think? It's your water, it's your medicine, it's your guidance system that's running the show. It's you see, the body comes with energy and information. It knows how to heal itself. It knows how to regenerate cells to perfection. The DNA and the genetic blueprint is built into us. However, we have somehow been tricked into thinking that we need a doctor, we need an external authority, we need someone else who somehow knows more about our body than we do. So it's a good idea, guys, to do yoga, get a massage, practice Tantra, do whatever it takes so you're somatically reconnected to your physical body. I mean, this third dimensional soul suit is pretty darn good if you'll take care of it.
Cheers to that.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
Oops, I spilled some on myself. That's okay. So our World Urine Therapy Zoom call, I'm going to switch it to another day other than Saturdays, because I'm going to be doing work down on Pro Street Mall, rubbing feet and helping people relax out in the public. It's so amazing, Natalie. There'll be people walking by, right? People come in all directions, and there's someone laying in the chair getting the foot rubbed on. And if that doesn't affect people subtly, I don't know what is. When I was at the farmer's market, I had a couple of girlfriends that were gorgeous goddesses. And while I'm working on the feet, we got into this little talk, and they would start doing moans and groans. Oh, ooh. And people would come by going, I want what she's having. I said, sit down. We'll schedule an appointment. I have fun with the public. They never know what to expect. So we're coming to the close of the class. Any suggestions, advice, anything you want to share with our viewers?
I don't know, just keep loving yourself. That's all I can say.
Love yourself. Remember that forgiveness is not about other people. It's about forgiving yourself for thinking that somebody had something that judged you, attacked you. And we always get it wrong is because they're telling you what they're about and what's going on with them. But if we take it personal, then we mistake it as an attack or judgment.
Yeah, to release them. That's so important.
Release them, and when we release them, they come back in our hearts. So guys, bless the world, anoint everybody with urine today, however you do that, and have the most ridiculously fun day ever. That's why we're on the planet. So if you guys are still being way too serious, lighten up already. Come on, we're supposed to have some fun in this life.
Yeah. It's party time, planet Earth.
That's right. You came to planet Earth to have some fun. If not, why are you on this planet? Come on.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you for the class today. That was so fun.
All right. When we're all done here, I'll send you the link in an hour or two, and then we can do whatever we want with it.
Okay.
All righty.
Thank you kindly.
One hand, namaste. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.